The Speaker of the House, Miss Juliet Holness, is coming under a lot of fire because Miss Holness, from them appoint her Speaker of the House, she come on a wheel her power. Left, right and center, Mrs. Holness is wielding her power. Make everybody a feel say she had the done of dons, the wife of the Prime Minister. But it is symptomatic of the fact that women cannot handle power. Woman just cannot handle power. Woman never make fear of power. And in fact, a lot of these women in government, in positions of power, might be occupying these positions illegally. They might be occupying these positions unlawfully. Because if you look at the laws governing the appointments of these persons in these positions of power, none of these laws anticipate that it is women who would be appointed to these positions. Most of these laws, if not all of them, when you read them, what you find in them are the words him, he. Nowhere in these laws do you find the words she and her, which means that the parliament, the legislator that drafted these laws, anticipated that it is men who would occupy these positions, because these legislators who drafted these laws knew that women would be unsuitable for these positions. There is a difference between man and woman, and there is a difference between the things that men can do and the things that women can do. And so, these legislators who drafted these laws knew that women were too emotional, too temperamental, and didn't have the temperament to handle power and to exercise power. And among the considerations, I'm sure, is the fact that all women become erratic for at least a week every month when they go through their menstrual cycles. These women go through mental turmoil when they have their menstrual cycles. They become irrational. They become miserable, irritable, highly emotional. And these are facts that cannot be denied. And in those periods when these women are ultra sensitive and ultra emotional, they will do irrational things. They will make rash decisions. They will carry on like they are gods when them have a little power. And no doubt, it weighed on the mind of the legislators who drafted these laws back in the days that, you know what, women not fit for them position here. And in fact, women were not being appointed to those positions, which is why in the laws, if you look at the laws governing the appointments for these positions, take for example the Auditor General Act. The Auditor General is now a woman, Miss Pamela Monroe Ellis, but she might be occupying her position unlawfully because the law did not contemplate that it would be a woman who would hold the position. Nowhere in these legislation are the words him or her. he or she. The words are always him and he. And if you not tell me say a discrimination, it is a stupid argument. It is not no discrimination. It's no sexual discrimination. No come in there so. It is a fact that there are roles for women and roles for men. But we want to twist up everything now. And the reason why it's not discrimination, I will give you an example. If you say, you're not going to send a woman to run against Usain Bolt, would that be discrimination? No. It just means that the man is physically stronger. It just means that a woman cannot compete with Usain Bolt based purely on gender, the difference in gender. And so it is the same thing when it comes to certain leadership positions. Women are not suited. And we're trying to force something. We are forced something. We are trying to force some water up a hill. And that is why somebody like a Juliet Holness now, and I have nothing personal against Mrs. Holness, you know. I happen to have met her and I've had discussions, conversations with her about a particular matter, and I found her to be a reasonable person. In fact, I think she's quite comely. Quite a beautiful woman, Juliet Holness is. You could call her a champion. And if Mr. Holness never did see her before me, would I probably throw my line, try a little thing, you know? Cause, why? She quite appealing, she look good. Champion. Champion body there. Oh Lord, Mrs. Holness. Very nice woman, I love her. And I know that she would probably go for me, you know, because I know that she like men with big nose. And I have a big nose. So I have nothing personal against Mrs. Holness. All me I say to you is, we have to face the reality now. Where we in this experiment now, where we have put women in some position that they are not suited for. And they tend to abuse their power when them get this power, when we give man them type of power. Yeah. The woman them abuse them power. Because God and nature never designed woman to have power. God and nature designed the hierarchical structure for the man have the power and the woman was supposed to be his subordinate. The man is supposed to have authority over the woman. The man is supposed to be the head. But nowadays, modern societies tell we say, the woman suitable and can't do anything we man do. Well, make them go run against Usain Bolt now. Make them go play football against Messi then now. It's not so. It's not so at all. Males have a role and females have a role. And it is why there is this turmoil in Parliament now. Because Mrs. Holness get the power. And may I tell you, say when woman get little power now and normal something. Them want to wheel it left, right and center and take on to themselves all power where them never have. So I would say to the Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness, you need to have a conversation with Juliet. Tell her to calm down. Tell her to cool down. And it's not about politics. When me come now and talk like this, then say me a PMP. And if me talk another way, then say me a JLP. Whether me a PMP or JLP, me a Jamaican first and foremost. It is not about PNP or JLP. It is about what is best for the country. And so, I am saying that some of these women in these positions of power, the laws appointing governing these positions need to be examined, and you will see that these laws don't anticipate that it is females who would be occupying these positions. 119.